All right, Noah, are you ready for the story? Yeah, I see. So we're gonna read The House of Love. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Zoo.
Zoo. Okay. There was an old house at the top of a hill, with many drafty rooms inside. There were doors that slammed and stairs that creaked and windows with holes in the glass where the wind whistled through and sounded like music. A tall oak tree grew in the front yard, and a sprawling holly tree on the block had plenty of branches for sitting. A big family lived inside. There was 5 girls, 2 boys, a mama, a papa, and a rescue dog named Phyllis. When everyone was home, the rooms exploded with conversation, laughter, and sometimes even an argument. Mia Valentina was the youngest. February 14th was her favorite day of the year because it was Valentine's Day, and her name meant my Valentine. Do you think the kids will be home in time for the party? Mia asked her mother. Absolutely. And Mama assured her.
Mama.
What if Grace's game goes into overtime? What if there's another blizzard and they can't go back over the mountain? What if the car breaks down? Mia may have been the youngest, but even she knew everything they owned was old. There's no more snow in the forecast, and the station wagon is in good shape. And Mia was relieved. No one in the Omori family will ever miss Valentine's Day. I'll make sure of that. And you can help. I can? Mia was excited. Mama and Mia climbed the dusty stairs to the attic, and Mama found the bin marked Valentine's Day. It was stuffed with full red decorations, long tins of garlands, and glitter hearts, cardboard cupids with velvet arrows, and lace dollies, and Mia helped Mama carry the box down to the kitchen. They placed the bin on the antique washing machine. Before we decorate, we must do our chores. Mama smiled. I will help, Mia Valentina promised, and she did. And Mia poured bubbly pine soap into a bucket, and she dusted the low places where Mama couldn't reach, while Mama dusted the high places where Mia couldn't reach. And Mia brushed Phyllis until her coat was shiny. And then she tied the shiny red party bow around the pup's neck. And Mia washed as Mama washed the windows, careful to clean around the buttons. Daughters had glued over the holes glass to keep out the cold. And Papa wants to get new windows someday. But I like the polka dots myself. And Mama stood back and grinned. Me too, Mia agreed. The parlor was the saddest room in the house. Sweeping and polishing and buffing would not help it one bit. I really have to do something with this room, Mama said. Those strips of faded brown wallpaper clung to the walls. May I finally rip it down? Mia and Valentina asked. Yes, but be careful. You never know when you will find a treasure in an old house, Mama said before she went upstairs to straighten up the bedrooms. Mia stretched and reached and pulled and peeled down the brown wallpaper off the parlor walls. When she was done, she rolled a shard of the brown paper into a tube and turned it into a telescope and spied through the hole like a pirate. Ahoy there, Mia, Mama said from the doorway as she looked around the parlor. Mia peered at her mother through the paper telescope, and Mama looked like she was waving at her through the porthole of a ship. I knew you'd find a treasure, and Mama beamed. A pretty wallpaper with hundreds of roses blooming inside a white trellis had been hidden under that dull brown wallpaper all along. It's an inside garden, Mia marveled. You made it one. Now this room looks like our
Daddy.
Appalachian mountains in springtime, Mama said as she went to the foyer and lifted her garden shears out of the basket on the shelf. Mia watched through a polka dot window as Mama stood on her tiptoes and snipped a perfect bare limb with many small branches from the oak tree. She waved at Mia with the branch as she trudged across the yard. And Mama shoved the bare branch into the cracked pickle crock. Good one, she said. And Mama stood up on her tiptoes again. This time, she pulled a bag of gumdrops from the shelf, and she strung the red, orange, lavender, and green gumdrops with the sewing needle threaded with gold, and she made a knot in the thread, which became a loop, and Mama handed a gumdrop to Mia. Thank you for the kiss. Who hung it on the tree, one by one. And Mama made them, and Mia hung them, and soon the candy tree shimmered with sparkling gumdrops. Now it's perfect, Mia said. I have 4 extra gumdrops. Mama placed them in Mia's hand, and Mia savored the orange gumdrop and gave the green one to Phyllis and put the other 2 in her pocket for later. Happy with their tree, Mia and Mama got to work and festooned the old house with the decorations from the bin. Top to bottom they went, up the stairs, through the rooms, and down the banister. Every room was bedazzled. Every corner had a cupid, and every door a garland. Mama opened her purse and pulled out a handful of lollipops, and she put them in an empty flower vase. Just like real roses, then Mama tied a red velvet ribbon around the firewood in the kitchen. Mother and daughter unfurled a garland down the hallway on the way to the parlor. Mama said, as she stood in the parlor. This room is missing something.
Yes.
Mama cut picture frames out of the construction paper and hung them on the rose-colored covered walls. What do you think, Mia Valentina? The frames are empty. What should we do? Let's fill them with valentines, Mia suggested. 1 for each of my brothers and sisters. They would like that, Mama agreed. After all, amore means love in Italian.
Yes.
So Mama sat down on the floor next to Mia, and Mama made hearts while Mia made art. And Mia drew a basketball for Grace because she loved to play. She drew a rocket ship for Helen because she loved science. Massimo loved trucks, so Mia drew one. Olivia wanted a kitten, so Mia drew one with whiskers and eyes. And Bob slept with his baseball glove, so Mia drew a ball to go with it. And Elsa, who spent every spare moment climbing the holly tree, got a squirrel, and Mama hung the valentines inside the frames. They're funny, Mia Valentina giggled, and Mama checked the clock. Oh no, we have to bake before everyone gets home, she cried. Don't worry, Mama, I'll help, as Mia followed her mother into the kitchen. Mia helped her mother measure the flour and sugar to sift it into a mixing bowl, and they mashed butter, cracked eggs, and poured milk into the bowl, and Mama whipped the mixture, and Mia helped pour the batter into the cupcake tin. Soon the entire house smelled like vanilla. It was time to make the frosting. Mama whisked the soft butter, sugar, and cream together. They frosted and frosted and frosted until every cupcake had a smooth white cap. They sprinkled and sprinkled and sprinkled the frosting with pink sugar until every cupcake glittered. Womp! The kitchen door flew open. One by one, Mia's brothers and sisters, Grace, Helen, Massimo, Olivia, Bob, and Elsa, poured into the house, followed by Papa, who was so tall and big. He brought the chill of the winter wind inside. And Phyllis began to bark and run around the children as they peeled off their mittens and hung up their hats, scarves, and coats and Bob's baseball glove. How did it go, Mama asked. We won, Grace, the eldest and the tallest basketball player on her team, said proudly. Happy Valentine's Day, Papa exclaimed. For you. Papa gave Mama a gold box of chocolate-covered cherries along with a kiss. Time to decorate the kitchen door. Mama opened the junk drawer and Helen grabbed one wheel of scotch tape. Bob another, and Olivia another. So Massimo gathered the loose paper valentines Mama had saved in the bottom of the bin. Careful, Mama said in a loud voice. These old valentines are family heirlooms. And the Amori children formed a shaky pyramid with Mia crawling to the top. The kitchen door was soon covered with the old valentines. Hey kids, be careful, Mama shouted to them. We aren't a circus act. Since when, Mama winked. As the pyramid collapsed, the pile of Amori children laughed. Mia showed the kids what you made in the parlor, Mama suggested. The children ran into the parlor at once, causing a traffic jam. Look, roses everywhere, and Elsa twirled, and Valentine's Mia pointed. The children laughed at their funny valentines, but no one noticed one missing. No one had made Mia Valentina a valentine. She pretended not to be sad, but she was. And the day with Mama had been so special, but could Mama really have forgotten about her? Time to set the table, Papa hollered. The children made a stampede and ran back into the kitchen, and Mama sat in the kitchen with her feet up and sampled the chocolate-covered cherry as Papa made the tomato sauce for the macaroni. And soon the polka dot windows were fogged with steam as the pasta boiled on the stove. And the children set the table, and Papa placed the macaroni salad and the bread on the table. And Mama lit the candles, and the family sat down to dinner. As the gumdrop tree twinkled in the window, and the stack of cupcakes shimmered on the counter. Even though February 14th was Mia's favorite holiday, the Valentine party just wasn't the same. And Phyllis nudged Mia from her place under the table as if she understood. After dinner and games, the 7 Amori children took turns and stood out at the bathroom mirror in their pajamas and scrubbed and brushed and rinsed until they glistened. And they hung their washable clothes to dry on an antique tub with lion's feet. And Mia Valentina climbed into bed, and she sunk into the soft mattress like a spoon in vanilla cake batter. When she heard a crinkle, and she sat up and lifted the blanket, but there was nothing under it. And she lifted the sheet, there was nothing there either. She lifted her pillow, there it was, a Valentine just for her. And Mia had not forgotten after all. Tomorrow she'd ask Mama to make a frame, and she would hang it on the parlor of roses with the others. And Phyllis jumped onto Mia's bed, and Mia grabbed the last 2 gumdrops and gave Phyllis the lavender one, and she saved the red one for another day. And Mia fell asleep with a smile on her face and her very own Valentine in her head. The house on the hill didn't have the best heat or the newest wallpaper or windows with smooth glass, but it did have a candy tree, 7 children full of macaroni and cupcakes, and enough Valentines to wallpaper the world. It only took one special holiday to make a house with stairs that creaked, doors that slammed, and windows that whistled. And the parlor of roses became the house of love. And it turned out there was so much love inside there that there weren't enough rooms in the old house to hold it. You like that story?
Yes.
That was so beautiful, wasn't it? Ready to pray? What do you want to pray for? What do you want to pray for?
Eyes.
And what else?
Eyes.
Okay. And what else do you want to pray for?
Home.
A home?
Yeah.
Yeah? You want to pray for a castle?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. And what else? $1 million?
And then our.
And Noah? And what? A car?
Yes.
You need a new car?
Yes.
What else do you need? Okay, we'll keep the rest a secret. What you say? What did you say? Okay. I love you.
No.